Guys, it's time! Now I can finally make my Stellar and Hunter team, even though they are not good. Anyway, for those who are still unsure about Firefly, welcome to another 10 reasons to pull for a character. This is KKaceh, and in this video, I'm going to provide a few reasons on why Firefly is a good character for you. And if any of this reason clicks with you, that'll be a sign for you to pull for Firefly. A quick disclaimer, I'm making this video based on the information available from the creator experience early access, and this is not a guide/build video. As I provide a summary instead so you guys can have a better understanding on what are the benefits of having Firefly in your team. If you're looking for those detailed guide, I suggest checking out I Went to Lose Gaming, Braxophone, and many other content creators out there, as they did spend a lot of time putting a detailed guide together. Without further ado, let's review our Kamen Rider Mecha Girl. Well, the first reason, she is Firefly. Come on guys. Our sweet heroine of Penacony that people were not very hyped about during the first reveal back in version 1.6 stream. People were crazy about Acheron back then. But somehow, she ended up being loved so much by the community during version 2.0. She's a cutie, a sweetheart, but also a badass fighter that appeals to mecha fans. Also, she has a live reaction camera presence during her combustion mode. She's live streaming guys, so don't forget to donate your Stellar Jet for her. And hopefully you get to see the other Firefly that we see in her trailer. Second reason, she's the first premium non-single target super break unit. Having more options for your break team is a great thing. So far we only have Boothill and Shuei that can make a great use of this since their kit caters toward to the break playstyle. But Shuei is more like a sub DPS, while Boothill is more like a single target monster. So having Firefly that acts as a multi-enemies killer that can be used in most situations is a great addition to the current game state, especially if you don't have Boothill or unbuilt Shuei. The third reason, she can operate well with free-to-play team. Since she is a break character, that means that she will benefit a lot being in the same team as the Harmony Trailblazer, a very strong free unit that enables the super break mechanics. Pair up with a 4-star Gallagher that is also present during her banner, you already have a team. You have a buffer, you have a sustain, so the last spot, you can put whatever you want. A debuffer, another buffer, another sub DPS, it is up to you. If you're looking for those meta team, go look for the guides. I'm here just to tell you, have fun experimenting. Not to mention, now you can access Harmony Trailblazer without actually going through the story, so free-to-play and new players benefits a lot from pulling for Firefly. Number 4. This is not optimal, but she can operate independently of Harmony Trailblazer thanks to her kit able to inflict super break by herself, as long as you reach the required break effect threshold. This allows for 2 super break team when you're tackling the permanent challenges. One team will revolve around Harmony Trailblazer, the other one will revolve around Firefly. However, that does make her damage output to be significantly lower, so putting Firefly and Harmony Trailblazer are the better choice if you decide to only have one break team instead. But that might change once we have more super break support, so Firefly potential will only go higher when we have more supports. The fifth reason, it is possible to have almost 100% transformation uptime with a very specific team. Right now with her skill is able to charge 60% of energy. If you pair her up with Huoho and Tingyun, she's able to transform right after she uses her skill once during her normal mode. This assuming that everyone's ultimate level is the maximum level. If this can be achieved, you will spend a lot more time with her at her peak form, and you as a player might feel more satisfaction since Firefly not being in the combustion mode seems like a slog to use, much like Jingliu and Blade without their enhanced state. But there's a caveat to that. For sure you will lose on a lot of damage because this is not her optimal team when it comes to DPS, especially if you decided not to bring the Harmony Trailblazer or Wanmei to substitute for Tingyun and Huoho. But to those who don't care about the meta damage but more about having fun while using Firefly, this is worth trying. I saw some people online call it a joke team, but by the end of the day it's all about having fun and not always about meta. So you decide to have fun and bring 2 break teams. At the moment, this team composition can be considered. If there are more featured characters that can provide energy to the others, for sure, Firefly would love that, and this strategy might even improve, especially if they give energy and super break on top of that. Number 6. Risky, but can be very tanky. Transformation can make you lose HP, but in return that makes her very tanky. Using HP as a resource is not a joke, since you put yourself in a risk of being one-shotted in a very difficult game state, like the Simulated Universe for example. But thanks to her talent, the lower your HP, the tankier she gets. So the risk of her being killed after using her skill once is a bit on the lower end. What's better though is that during her complete combustion state, she can regain her HP back by simply attacking, and also she still retains her tankiness at maximum level, and on top of that, she becomes very speedy. If you're able to reach that almost 100% uptime, she might become an unstoppable killing machine with very high defense, speed, and dishing out a lot of break damage. Currently with Tingyun and Ho-Ho, that might not be the strongest team due to the lack of super break support and weakness break related by Ruan-Mei, but eventually, should Hoyoverse decide to make a Firefly support, we can have an unstoppable monsters. So her potential value is really high as long as Hoyoverse keep making good super break characters. 7th reason, she is a universal fighter since she can break enemies regardless of their weakness affinity. Not only she can implement fire weakness on the main target, but the adjacent target will also lose their toughness bar without having fire weakness at all, albeit it's only with 55% efficacy. That means you can always have Firefly in your team and you will be able to do just fine, be it for farming, stories, event, and endgame. And you don't even need to change your party unless someday they add someone with very high fire resistance damage. The 8th reason, in-game value. Because of the reason I just mentioned, she will be good in all game challenges, Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and maybe even Apocalyptic Shadows. For free-to-play and new players, challenging the endgame content can be daunting. But due to how versatile and cheap to make Firefly team works, all of them will have a good shot at clearing the endgame content, albeit might not receiving all of the stars and get the full rewards. But even slightly more J's is just always welcome, right? And on top of that, you get to have fun using your Firefly. The 9th reason, it's relic related. She just needs break effect since her damage will mostly come from her utilizing the super break mechanics. The great news is that she enjoys having attack stats as well, because with attack stats, that will be converted into her break effect stats. So her relic stat is quite flexible, just like Boothill. You want break effect on her. Some attack boosts also okay, as they will boost her damage before the enemy was broken as just normal damage, and once the enemy is broken, those attack stats will be useful for her break effect boost. She also needs some speed just to reach the threshold so that she can get enough turn before her cooldown state is reached. You don't have to invest too much speed on her because she does get some speed boost during her combustion state. And also, even some defensive stat is okay for her. We don't care much about crit since with her kit it's better to just prioritize break damage, otherwise some of her traces will just go to waste if you prioritize building crit, since her kit by nature doesn't support the crit playstyle. Sadly, when it comes to artifact sets, there's not much option. The new artifact sets is going to best in slot for her, so we need to farm quite a bit until we can put out Firefly at her maximum potential. And lastly, the light cone. Since most people will not have her signature light cone, you can use all kinds of light cones on her. Because there's no break-oriented light cone that can easily obtain, you can just use any light cone that boosts her attack, since those attacks will be converted into break effect. Because the 4-star light cone, Indelible Promise, is only recently added into the permanent pool. So if you want to, you can just use the free 5-star light cone from the Herda shop. Well, those are the main benefits of having Firefly in your rosters. If any of the reasons seems appealing to you, I do suggest try pulling for her, if you have the resources for it, of course. But I would assume all of you have been saving out your precious jades and even refuse to look at our good cowboy, Boothill. However, just like one of my viewers commented in my Honkai Star Rail Adventurings video, the only one main reason to not pull for Firefly would be not having enough jades, especially if you wanted to go for Boothill and Fushuan like me, and I've spent so much on that. So play the game and do all the quests and challenges, or maybe even achievement hunting, Eliminate that one reason for not being able to pull for her, and then you will have all the reason I mentioned above to pull for Firefly and have fun with her. Bear in mind, I do not encourage people to spend money, so only spend if you have enough to spare. That's all I want to say. I hope whatever I said helps you in making the decision to pull or not to pull for her, and may the luck be with you. And hopefully to me as well. Thanks for watching. This is KKaceh. Till the next video, stay sharp gamers.
Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe!